This is Tom Blair with Inside Colorado Wrestling, doing another episode of Border to Border Colorado High School Wrestling. Today's guest is the head coach from Arvada Wrestling.
Anthony Sandoval.
Thank you, Anthony, or Tony as some people call you.
Yeah, that's my son over at Candy.
That's Little Tony or Big Tony?
Big Tony.
Big Tony. We're doing interviews here to let the wrestling community know about the coaches in Colorado. Why don't you give me a little background on your wrestling background and then on your coaching background?
Came out of Mapleton High School back in 1988. Went up to Western for a year. Been coaching for about 18 years, youth program high school.
At the same high school or different high schools?
We started over at Skyview with youth and came over when my boy went into Arvada High School, and then I've been at Arvada since, about 11, 12 years.
And how long have you been the head coach?
I've been the head coach. This is my 5th year.
5th year. Okay. How did your team do last year at state tournament and throughout the season?
Well, we've been struggling with some toughness, and we've been trying to keep some kids in the room. But last year, we put two kids down at state tournament, which is their 2nd year of wrestling, which I thought was pretty impressive, knowing that a lot of these kids are out here wrestling since they're 5, 6 years old. So anytime you can get a kid down to state tournament, in my opinion, is a great deal. They didn't do so well down there, went 2 and out, but that's all right. We made a presence down there. That's a good thing for Arvada.
Yeah, they get a little nervous with under the lights and the big noise and the fans down there, or what?
Most definitely. They get a little scared down there, a little nervous, man, and try to get some kids down there, sophomore, freshman, and not always getting them down there. Get them down there as a junior, hopefully get them back down there 2nd year as a senior, and hopefully make some noise down there.
What do you got for returning kids on the team, and what does your team outlook look for incoming freshmen?
Well, we got 3 or 4 of our varsity returning from last year. We got about 6, 7 freshmen. We got 1 freshman out here at the varsity level this year. Other than that, we're pretty young. We don't get a lot of experienced kids, so we're working on that. We have our youth program going. Hopefully they start feeding into us in a couple years.
Okay. Do you work with the junior high in the area?
It's tough working on the junior high. That's we don't want to be accused of recruiting or anything like that. So if they come to us, we'll deal with them. If they're in our youth program, we'll deal with them. If not, we just deal with whoever comes into our school. So
you don't have a separate junior high that feed into your school?
Well, North Arvada is supposed to be feeding into us. There's K8, Arvada K8. There's some schools that's supposed to be feeding into us, but we have some neighbors over there that they don't always come to our school, but that's all right. We're trying to make a presence and attract those kids.
Okay. What are your goals for this year?
Goals is just keep the team, keep numbers all year long. Wrestling's tough enough. You don't want these kids to quit. Teach them how not to quit. Toughen them up. Let's get them going. They'll learn wrestling.
Okay. What does your coaching staff look like?
Coaching staff, man, I'm pretty impressed with my staff. We don't have a whole lot of national champions. We don't have Olympic champions on our squad. Pretty much we got kids that want to come in and help us. A lot of my old wrestlers are enthusiastic about coming in and helping us. We're going to build our team from within and what we have.
Okay. What are your goals? You talked about your goals. Do you have individual goals for your kids?
Individual goals is just keep building our team, man. I'm encouraging my upperclassmen, juniors and seniors. Grab our new freshmen coming in, man. They're walking around the school lost. Bring them into the wrestling room. We'll take care of them. But that's how you build your teams.
Okay. With the, do you have a small number of kids out for the program? I mean, how many kids do you have in your wrestling room?
We have 23. We certified 23 this year, which is pretty impressive for us. When I first took the program over, we had 12, ended up with 9. So, in my opinion, we're turning that program around just with numbers. Once you get numbers, you create competition within the school, which is always good for Arvada. And we start putting kids down in state tournament, start getting a little hungry for that.
Do you have any girls on the team?
We have 2 girls. One had a concussion already, so she's sitting out. We have a freshman sitting down in JV right now, so we're good.
Okay. With that, looks like you're being wanted.
My 220's coming up.
Your 220's coming up. Okay. Just a couple more questions. We've talked about your goal, talked about your teams. Now, do you work in the school itself?
I do not. I work for City and County of Denver.
Okay. So how do you find time to go and recruit within your school to get more kids out?
That's where I use my upperclassmen. Try to get my boys to bring and my girls to bring in other kids. It's hard when you don't have somebody in the school, but you can't always have somebody in the school. But there's some pluses and minuses to both sides of that.
Okay. Why don't you go through that and tell me where the pluses are and the minuses?
Well, sometimes in my opinion, when coaches if they're in the school, they're with these kids all day long, and sometimes they don't get the best out of the coaching. But on the other side, when we come in, and we've been outside coaches, and we come in at the end of the day, it's very enthusiastic. We're ready for these kids. We're ready to deal with them. We haven't been with them all day, so we're ready to give them 150% of our time.
Okay. That sounds like you got a good philosophy for your program. Sounds like you're starting to build the program up.
We're trying.
I appreciate your time, Coach Anthony, and good luck in the season and good luck at the tournament here at Fairview. This is Tom Blair with Inside Colorado Wrestling.
Thank you, Tom.